God, are you blessed? Hey Benny, hey Benny. So you guys, what's up? I couldn't sleep last night because I was thinking about. You see, I'm losing my voice. Happy Friday Eve. Okay, cool. Let's call it Friday Eve then. So I couldn't sleep last night because I was really thinking about those two boys, Amir and Jahsen, because they're going today for their arraignment, right? So I was like, Jesus, this is too much. So because then I just started, I cried. I've been crying since yesterday for these boys because it's just so traumatizing to me. So I was like, you know what? I woke up super early, so I prayed. Yeah, because my phone died. But luckily I didn't lose the footage, thank God, right? But I plan on doing more videos about them because it's important. You know what I'm saying? But like something that like kind of hit me when I woke up early this morning, because I put some gospel music on. I was crying, I was praying for them. And so I told the Lord, and what dawned on me too was the fact that I was like, yo, like, do you know, like, Jesus, she's the alpha of the count. Do you know that like Jesus like paid for the crime of somebody else, right? When they tried Jesus, and it's so, because I don't know if you guys have ever heard me talk about it. Hey Esther, I've talked about like switching, when your destiny can get switched, like switcheroo, was, let's say like you're blessed, like you have a blessed destiny, and somebody can come into your life and steal your destiny, and then they take your blessings, and then you're stuck with their foolishness, right? Well, like Marlene, hey Mupia. And I was like, yeah, because look at what happened between Jacob and Esau, right? Jacob stole the destiny of Esau. Facts, like he stole his destiny, right? Then you also have Jacob, when he was to bless the children of Joseph between Ephraim and Manasseh, he crossed his fingers. He crossed his hands, and he gave what belonged to the eldest to the youngest, and he gave what belonged to the youngest to the oldest. And even when Joseph tried to change his hands, he said, no, let it be. What the heck? Does that make sense? And then you also look at Jesus, right? Because then you have our Jesus, like the Jesus we pray to. So that's Jesus of Nazareth, right? The usurper, exactly. So you have Jesus of Nazareth. Does that make sense? And then you have Jesus of Barnabas, right? So when the pontiff takes them out, because I guess like whatever year that was, it was the year that the Jews, the Hebrews, would get to release one inmate. Right? You could release somebody. They could just pick anybody and get released. Now, Jesus of Barnabas, right? He was a rapist. He was a thief. He was a bad person. So he actually deserved to be in jail, right? But the people were so angry. They hated Jesus. I don't know what was it about that. What was it, right? About Jesus that they hated so much that they decided to like switcheroo. Like, okay, let's take the guy. He never really did it. He didn't commit no crime, but he just annoys the mess out of us, right? So we want him dead, and we want you to release the rapist and the murderer. So they released Jesus of Barnabas, right? And it's so crazy because they have the same name. They have this. Their first name is Jesus, right? And it just goes to show you that sometimes they can be like spiritually. I don't know if I want to call it like a case of mistaken identity, but like sometimes like spiritually, there could be a case of mistaken identity where you suffer from someone else, like through some kind of demonic spiritual exchange. Does that make sense? And then you find yourself in a situation, you're like, what the heck? What happened? Like, this is not my life. But girl, they don't do a switcheroo on your whole life. Does that make sense? So when I thought about it last night, I was like, yo, like when it came to Jesus, like nobody respected his rights as a prison person. Nobody fought for his rights as a prison person. He just ended up dying for somebody else's crime. And I'm like, yo, and then so I thought about the young boy some more, and it really hurt. Like it really had me crying. Does that make sense? And I also want to say this because, there are people like, hey, Maple, and Tamika. There are people who are like, you'll have people who will watch because, let's facts of facts out here in these streets. Like today in America, it is a crime. It is a crime to speak up for black men. It is a crime, right? When there is like rape allegation, sexual assault allegation, your gender is weaponized. So like for me, Marlene, because I'm a woman, I'm expected to say, oh, I stand by the victim. Does that like, not with me, I don't know if she's a victim, but the person who said what she said, because I'm a woman. So when there's a case of like sexual allegation of the rape, automatically you have to take the side of the woman. Does that make sense? And that's really, really interesting because I'm a woman, but I'm also a mother, right? And I'm a mother to two sons. right? And I've been young, and I have two brothers. I have two brothers. I have a husband. I have a father. And so it's like, it's really interesting, right? And I believe in justice. I think everybody should get their day in court. But my thing is, and I'll say this, and people can feel how they want to feel, and then they can unfollow if they want to unfollow. I'll hold the door for you because I don't really care. But my thing is, like, when people are fighting for their life, because now people, the way they wrote that stuff, they're saying rape and kidnapping. So now they're adding crimes to this stuff, right? Like, these young men are at 21 years old could face 20 years to life in prison, right? If this was you, okay, if this was you, or if this was somebody you knew, if it was any boy that you knew, because these boys, Amir, he has this page here. It's called Life, Fame, and a Thing or something. He's super cute, right? Hey, KG. If this was you and you were in prison right now, just like Jesus said, I was in prison, you forsake me. Like me, Marlene, like I said, I had 2 years of depression that was really, really bad. I could have lost my business. If it wasn't for the Lord, what would I be? I owe a lot to Jesus, right? So for me, it's like, I try to approach things from like my faith, from my spiritual understanding and my relationship with God. If two young black men at the age of 21 are facing 20 years to life in prison, I think we got to ask some questions. We don't just get to tell because it's a woman. First of all, I don't know the woman. I haven't seen her, right? And it's a story that starts off with two people, Amir and the girl, walk together to his apartment, knowing that they were going to have sex, right? They opened the door, got in, locked the door. Whatever they did, talk, whatever. They walk into the bedroom. They got naked. They started having sex, right? Now, then somebody says no. The woman says no. Now, did she say no after the first stroke? Was it after the second stroke, the third, fourth? I don't even know. Like, it's a lot of things, right? So, and then there's like inconsistencies between CBS, Fox, the TMZ, because TMZ, they make it sound like the second boy, Jason, he just walked in and started raping. But then when you read the article from Fox, right, they're saying no, that Jason asked, can I join? So now I'm confused. So I'm like, okay, so if he didn't ask, then maybe there's possibility for rape. But my thing is, like, if he's saying, can I join? So now if he's in it, like, it's really confusing. It's really, really confusing. Does that make sense? So I'm like, no, you got to ask questions. And the other thing that bothers me, which I'm also unapologetic about, you got to understand, right? First of all, this whole like black feminist movement that strives to make every black woman hate every single black man because you had a bad experience with one person that you chose. People got to know people have to hold themselves accountable for the kind of man they choose to sleep with. Does that make sense? If you chose to sleep with low standards and those low standards happen to be a black man, girl with the black skin, that is what it is, right? But me, Marlene, I don't know what kind of feminist movement this is that instead of bringing people together, it always pulls people apart. So I have an issue with that. Number two, feminism, to me, it's a personal thing. What I decide to do as a black feminist, what you want to do as a black feminist, as long as it empowers you, amen, right? We got to do what empowers us and hopefully empowers and uplifts the community. Does that make sense? Am I making sense here? So for me also, as a black feminist and as a black mother, which is why I'm also a black feminist, is the fact that when it comes to white children in the media or white perpetrators or white people who are white criminals, right? You always see that when they're portrayed in the media, they get some kind of humanity. What do you mean by that, Marlene? When you take the white lady, police officer who shot the guy, she shot JEAN Brandt in his apartment. I'm going to say in his apartment. I almost forced Creole, in his apartment. You know? So when she shot JEAN Brandt in his apartment, oh God, all these accents, right? Did the judge not give her a hug? Like, even when she was found guilty, did the judge not give her a hug? Did the judge not give her a Bible? Did the family not give her a hug? Did the lady not comb her hair? You see what I'm saying? When the other white boy, he went into that church during the Bible school, the thing on the Wednesday, right? And he started shooting everybody, right? And he even killed the senator, which is why I'm surprised. Like, he killed the senator, but I guess he killed a black senator, so who cares, right? But did you not remember the infamous scene where you see the police officer protecting his head, and he said he was hungry, so on his way to being incarcerated, they took him to Burger King? You know what I'm saying? When the other white boy went into the synagogue and he started shooting and he shot the rabbi and he cut off the fingers of the rabbi, right? Did it not do a documentary on his life and who he was, his house, where he used to sleep, what his parents do? You know what I'm saying? When the white boy too, who raped the girl at Stanford, and they were right there, the garbage can. Even Amir, it happened in his apartment. Like, they actually walked, they had consensual sex. Something happened in the whole equation, right? But this white boy, he was outside near a trash can raping the girl who was completely passed out. Right? Did his dad not write a letter to say, oh, that it's not fair, that a mistake, lasted only for 30 seconds should define his entire existence? You know what I'm saying? So every time, even like serial killers, even white serial killers, they always go out of their way to show you who they are, how they grew up. They always want to find the why. Like, why did it go wrong? Why did someone who grew up like this went left? Does that make sense? But then when it's, and there are more cases, but whatever, Columbine, all these cases, you always see the white child who's doing a crime. People try to portray him as a, like a good kid who grew up well. He had parents, like he had structure. He used to go to Bible study, but it's just that at that day, something went left, right? But when it comes to black children who are fighting for their lives, nobody's supposed to say anything. Nobody's supposed to ask questions. You're just supposed to be like, oh yeah, 2 Ohio football players, black football players, accused of rape and kidnapping. Like, oh yeah, they black, they did that shit. No, that's enough. Like, I'm kind of sick and tired of, oh yeah, they're black, they did that shit. Why every time something is written about a black person, oh yeah, they black, they did that shit? No, they're all innocent until proven guilty. So just because TMZ writes on it, just because the CBN, the Fox people, they write on it, it doesn't mean anything. Even just because you're charged doesn't mean you're guilty. They can charge you. And sometimes we know this, like if you ever been in the system or like you know people at the system, anything about the system, they have a tendency of overcharging, hoping that something will stick. So they just overcharge people out here. So just because you got a bunch of charges on you, it doesn't mean they want to scare you. So you sign a plea. That's the whole thing. Scare you by overcharging your ass and making it seem like you ain't never gonna ever see your mama again. Make sense? So when it comes to black children, I think it's important for us also to ask questions. Because me, Marlene, I got really nosy. You guys know me, I'm hella nosy, right? I found Amir's Facebook. I'm like, he got a bunch of friends. He got so many friends. People even follow him because he got too many friends on Facebook. So I'm like, okay, so he's obviously like, people actually like him. He's actually popular. I found his Instagram page, right? Because, and they love to do that. They love to put like these weird, like they put you in like in the prison uniform. Then they got that little perp. They put your mugshot out here. And it's like, these kids are being charged with rape and kidnapping. Okay? Like, they're scared shitless. Like, I would be scared shitless out of my fucking mind. Like, what the fuck is this? How do you go from being free like a couple of hours ago and now you're facing like rape with kidnapping? So you know they're crying. Even me, look at my face. Like, do you know they're crying? You know they're scared. You know they're traumatized. And they take pictures of you in that condition and they broadcast that all over the internet. But when they were wearing their Columbus, Ohio, they played the football for the Ohio team, right? Those beautiful uniforms they were wearing, where the pictures at? Where the pictures at? You know, Fox was a bit decent, and Fox even like showed good pictures of them, not like pictures of them as perpetrators. Like, we gotta stop that shit. We gotta stop that shit, right? And the other thing is, like, when it comes to media, mainstream media is white media. It is white media. It's made by white people for white people to be consumed by white people, and is owned by white people. Even Oprah Winfrey and her own. Oprah does not own. Okay? It's a partnership with Discovery Channel, with a white CEO. And Discovery Channel has like a majority stake in OWN. When she wasn't making money trying to be like all holy and doing the good stuff, they put more money in it. That's when she brought in Yala. Does that make sense? So there's no like real like black media outlet here for black people. So it's like, it's not fair that it's always white people who get to write about black children from a white perspective, because when you leave white people to write about black children, they're always guilty. Look at this principal from yesterday. The principal from yesterday said, oh, that she went on Facebook and wrote that the boys were raped, that Kobe was a rapist, right? And that he deserved the karma. But then when the cameras show up, she said, oh, you know what? I didn't have all the facts. But you see, so white perspectives is very biased. White perspective says if it's a black person, it's rape, it's a drug charge, it's a murder. They did that shit. That's the white perspective. That is the white perspective. And this is why it's important for black media to take interest into these kinds of cases too, right? It's enough. Like all of this, like Nicki Minaj stuff, the twerking stuff, the Cardi B, all this, the stupid stuff, the housewives, like it's enough. It's people already know how to get to those people, right? People should be, black people who do black media should also use their platform to give a voice to black children who are facing life or whatever, who they're not going to get a voice anywhere else. Does that make sense? When people think like, and that's the thing, like, because somebody was like, oh, but Marlene, because I was like, doing the videos, oh, but Marlene, like, it's good to do the videos, but sometimes, like, also maybe doing videos can be harming. I was like, why would it be harming? Because if you leave these white people alone to just do this stuff, they're going to rape from a white person's perspective, which means they black people, they football players, they got big penises, they did that shit, right? Because black people are black men are deranged rapists out here. That's the lie. That's the propaganda. That's the propaganda. Does that make sense? It's like no matter what you do, they want you to be a black rapist. They want you to be a black rapist. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's kind of dangerous. And this is why it's important for black media to offer a perspective from a black person's perspective. Like what could have happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's my question. Because for me, like whether it's Amir or Jahsen, right? I'm like, okay, so these kids, they graduated elementary school, no problem. They went to middle school, no problem. And especially for African American males, graduating high school, girl, let's talk about it, right? So you two, you and your friend, you guys both managed to graduate high school to the point that you did so well that you got a full ride scholarship to go play for these people's football team. This is a prestigious football team. So you must have good grades. Like you must be very determined because you don't make it into a professional, like a collegiate all-star team by being basic. You got to have some kind of discipline about your ass. So you pass that. Then you go to college, your freshman year, which that's when you should have been real stupid, right? You make it through freshman year. Your sophomore year, no problem. Junior year, no problem. Your first semester of senior year, no problem. So now that you are 3 semesters away from graduating, all of a sudden you're a rapist? What happened? And that's my question. Does that make sense? Who talks about Tyler Perry? I'm confused. And that's my question, right? Because when it's white children and they find themselves fighting for their lives, fighting for their freedom, people always want to know what happened. White people do documentaries, even on serial killers, even on serial rapists. Okay, they have all these documentaries on Netflix about this guy. I mean, a bunch of weird killers, right? They always want to know what happened. Even with Hitler, they want to know what happened. You know, Hitler has a book called like Mein Kampf or whatever. Do you know how many copies that book has sold? People still trying to figure out what happened. Most likely, like every year or like every time there's a recession, they're going to do like mad movies on Hitler, right? But why is it that when it's black children, we don't also want to explore the what happened? What happened? What happened? So like, and then you go to like Amir, I went to his page. Like for every other picture, you have his son. So I'm like, it seems like he's always thinking about his son. Right? And then when you read the caption, he'd be like, oh, I can't wait to do more for you. I can't wait to have more days like this with you. I mean, like his son is all over his Instagram. So I'm like, it seems to me that he's constantly thinking about his child. Then I read another article. They're like, oh, Amir Reip, he's a coveted person that they want to take for the NFL. So I'm like, so let me get this straight. Like I said, he went to elementary school, no problem. Middle school, no problem. High school, no problem. With a scholarship, he goes to a prestigious football team. Freshman year, no problem. Sophomore year, no problem. Junior year, no problem. First semester, senior year, no problem. And now, like 3 months away from graduation, he becomes a rapist. Like I'm puzzled. I am very puzzled. And then he has plans for his child. He wants to do this thing for his child. People saying he's going to make it to the NFL. So you mean to tell me that boy threw everything away to be a rapist? Like, I am confused. I am seriously confused. And so I reached out to these 2 black guys. I'm not even going to tell you who they are. And I was like, oh, would you mind like talking about it, right? And he was like, well, we don't have enough proof. I'm like, you need proof for what? Nobody. I'm not asking you to say he's innocent. That's not your job. You're not the judge. I'm not asking you to say he's innocent. That's not even where I'm at, bro. Like, what the hell? I'm saying white media is writing about these black boys, right? All they're saying is that 2 black men don't rape and kidnap. When you hear kidnapping and rape, you're thinking like somebody took some ropes, like maybe the girl was walking, minding her business. They bum rushed her, and they're strong. They're football players, right? They took some cords, they tied her up. You know what I'm saying? And then like they shoved her in the back of the car, took her somewhere, raped her. Then they took a camera, left her for dead. It's like that's not even what happened. But just reading 2 black men rape and kidnap, you thinking the worst. Because when I hear kidnapping, I'm thinking of ropes. People being gagged and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's not even what happened. That's not even what happened. So all I'm saying is, can you cover this on your channel to just ask people like, what happened? Because when it's white kids who do bad things, the media, white media, always wants to ask you, what happened? They want to know, what happened? What happened? Okay, what happened? Why is it that when it comes to black boys, we don't want to know what happened? What could have happened, Amir? What went wrong? Because my thing is, the same way and this is something that, because I was like, okay, because I had to make sure, because I don't is it against the law to release the identity of the person that's claiming the rape, right? So according to the U.S. Supreme Court, news people or anybody has the right to say this person is the thing, because it's also part of the law. You have the right to confront your accuser, right? So the media also has, the media, if they want, could tell people who the accuser is, right? So even the fact that you don't know who the accuser are, and this is TMZ, and TMZ has no shame. TMZ told us that Kobe died before even his wife knew. Like, his wife found out when we found out. So they have no shame. They have no shame. They went and found the video of Lori Harvey lying about her car being stolen. Like, they have no shame. When Blue Ivy was born and Beyonce blocked the whole wing of a hospital, they let us know. They put everybody's business out here. When Whitney Houston died, they had no shame. When Michael Jackson died, they had no shame. When Prince, so I was like, when does TMZ have shame? TMZ is like the whore of media. So when do you have shame? When do you have any kind of shame? I'm confused, right? But the thing is, these young men are also presumed innocent. So why is their identity what is out here on the internet? Why do they get to? Why are they the ones presented in like in the prison uniform with the mugshot looking crazy, like, you know, like Amir looking crazy? Like, there's so many other pictures of him. So it's like, if they're, because right, they could, and fine, they're behind there, take the picture. They're in custody, take their picture. But my thing is, since they're also presumed innocent and proven guilty, why don't you also show nice pictures of them? Why do you automatically show pictures of them as inmate, as convict, as if they've already been convicted? And that's my problem with white media. That is my problem. Because they know that images are powerful. They know that shit, right? So when I'm reaching out to that person, I'm not trying to get you to say, oh, these boys are innocent. That's not your place. That's not your place. And you say you need proof. I'm like, it's so dumb. When you are accused, it's not your job to prove anything. It's the prosecution's job to prove that you did that shit. That's why we say you're innocent until proven guilty. So the burden of proof is on the prosecution. So you don't even need any proof to talk about these young men, right? But what I'm trying to say is, we can't just let white media all the time be the one that tell the story when black children find themselves fighting for their lives. You know what I mean? It's nothing for you to say, yeah, the shit could have happened and the shit could have also not have happened. But what happened? Why is someone that is 3 months away from graduation, making it to the NFL, being the father that he wants to be for his son, why would he throw it all away for sex? I'm confused, and I want to know that. Why does TMZ say that Jason just jumped in and raped the girl, but then Fox News says that Jason said, can I join? That's all I'm asking you to do. But black people are some cowards. I swear to y'all, some black people are cowards. Like, they only, when it's R. Kelly and like the stuff that people already knew, that's when they got all this energy in their chest, right? When it's like celebrities and stupidity, they got all this energy in their chest. They got all this bass in their throat, you know. And he's like, oh, well, I'll just wait until we have proof. I thought, well, of course you'll wait. Of course you'll wait. You'll wait because you're free. You're in your house. You're enjoying your freedom. Okay, merci ma chérie. Okay? But if it was your behind in jail right now, facing 20 years to life, you would want someone to say one good thing about you. Damn. And that's the same issue Jesus had. Like, the fuck? I walked with 12 motherfuckers, and the day I died, only 2 people stayed with me? Like, damn. And then he like, this is unbelievable. You are a black man. This could be you. This could have been you. This could have been anybody. Like, for real. You know what I mean? Just like you see, like, that's Kelly. That's my big sis from high school, right? Kelly, her brother, Mike, Mike was very popular. Mike was a football player. Like, all the girls like Mike. All of them. I want to be like Mike. You know what I'm saying? He was a football player. Like, girls would just throw themselves at him. Like, you had girls from different high school looking for him. I mean, it was out of control. It was out of control, like especially with the MySpace, the Black Planet. We were in middle school, and people were talking about, like, Mike. It was like a legend. Like, who is this Mike? Who is this Mike? You know what I mean? And then one day I remember we had like a visit from Lanier to Fairfax High School, right? And we finally got to meet the Mike, because Mike was like a myth. Like, yeah, and he was good. Mike was good. He was a great football player. I'm like, those were the days. Does that make sense? So it's like, we all know when a black boy is good at football, good at basketball, they like superstars. They're superstars. You know what I'm saying? They are superstars. That's a fact. You can't deny that. You can't deny that. Right? So my thing is, like, why doesn't black people want to cover to be like, oh, you know what happened? That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I want you to ask. I ain't trying to get you to say, oh, no. I just want you to offer, like, did something happen? Because when it's white children, they always want to make you understand why, what caused it, what was the breaking point, what was the catalyst, what happened. But why is it that when it's black children, nobody wants to say what happened? Oh, they black, they did that shit. No, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Okay? If you walk around here thinking that all black people are criminal, you're a fucking piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. So you people really think that black people are out here just like we're just criminals? And that's how you see how racism is so dangerous. That's when you see how, like, you know, like all this stuff is dangerous. And I'm gonna be quite honest with y'all. That's why the music that we support as black people is dangerous. Because all this nigga stuff, when people now see a black man, like a black college student, a football star, someone with potential, a black father, they see a nigga. Because that's what we keep calling each other. That's the shit we put in our music. This stuff is fucking dangerous. And that's why I say, I don't even know why people would take their social cues from fucking Jay-Z. This motherfucker didn't even fucking graduate. He didn't even finish high school. He didn't finish high school. But he's telling black people, oh yeah, let's reappropriate the word. Let's start saying nigga. No, stop. Stop, because it's dangerous. It is dangerous. A lot of white people don't know black people. They only experience black people through music and stupid ass headline. Oh, 2 black men raped and kidnapped. This is dangerous. All this nigga music, it hurts people. It hurts people. It hurts people when it comes to them going to court and fighting for their lives. Do you see Jay-Z and his ass out here trying to get these boys out of prison? Do you see Jay-Z out here, so I'm gonna pay for your criminal attorney? You put this message out there for everybody, the whole world, to be like, oh wow, this is how they talk to each other. Niggas. You know, you go on the TMZ page. I'm gonna do another video. You know what I mean? But go on the TMZ page. Oh, niggas, that's about right. Oh, niggas, what about, oh, yeah, that's what niggas do. Like, I mean, the comments are crazy. Like, what? You don't even know these boys. You don't even know them. You've never met them. People that you've never met. You don't even know what their voice sounds like. You don't even know that one of them is a father. You've never met these people. All you see is 2 black men, right, in a prison uniform, and it says, oh, rape and kidnapping. Oh, yeah, niggas. Oh, niggas. Oh, yeah, these niggers. Oh, yeah, sound about right. Oh, they're niggas, all right. I mean, what the fuck? And it's even black people. You even got black people in there saying nigga, because they see this is the music shit. It's that music shit. That hip-hop bullshit is dangerous. It's dangerous. And I don't think we realize that this is one of the biggest harm that black people do to themselves, because we diminish ourselves in front of these people. We diminish ourselves in front of company. You can't do shit like this. You know what I'm saying? You can't do stuff like that. So now when any black child is now in whatever, you can be a rich black kid or poor black kid or whatever black kid. When now they put your picture like this, of you in a prison uniform, you a nigga. Not a black man, not a black football player, not a black college student, not a potential NFL recruit. Nah, you is a nigga. You see how this nigga shit is dangerous? But I blame Jay-Z and all these stupid ass rappers because they make billions out of diminishing black people in the media. So now when shit happens to black people, oh, well, he's a nigga. Oh, niggas sound about right. Oh, black niggas. Oh, these black niggas, right? And then you go on TMZ. Go on TMZ. It's TMZ Sport. Look at the article about Amir and Jahsen. Look, read the comment. Oh, you should get rid of all these niggas. We should do a genocide on all these niggas. I'm like, oh my gosh. The hell is this shit? All niggas, all these niggas. So you see, when even black people themselves, they think that way. How is the white judge who don't know no black children gonna think? How is a white prosecutor who don't know black people gonna think? How is a jury, even a jury, if you black people, as soon as you see a black person in a prison thing, in a mugshot, you say, oh, these niggas sound about right. Oh, niggas, I ain't surprised, these niggas. So if you yourself, you call your own people niggas, if you yourself, you think so low of your own people, you think these white people in the jury are going to try to be fair to these children? This is dangerous, y'all. The way black people speak to each other in this country, it is beyond demonic. It is a curse. And people need to stop. People seriously need to stop. But the other sad thing, too, though, in the black community, people only listen to people that got money. They don't care how you made your money. They don't care about your values, what you stand for. Black people only care about money. And this is why I also feel like all this thing about Kobe Bryant and Gayle King, whatever, y'all not really crying for Kobe because he's a black man who lost his life and whatever. No, you crying because he was rich. That's the reality of it. People are hurting for Kobe Bryant because a rich person died. People are offended because Gayle King came after a rich black person, a rich man. You crying for a rich man. Why? Because for y'all, the lives of rich people are so precious. Because all these people who were over here making all these videos on the Daily Blast, all them Lindsay people, the Erica people, the Matt Barnes, the Snoop Dogg, the Lil Boosie, the 50 Cent, where y'all at? Where y'all at? You know what I mean? So I see, you have all the beautiful eloquence, you have the beautiful English, you have all these beautiful shit. But then when it happens to black kids who can't afford, like, and the thing is, let me tell you, these criminal attorneys, they're like 50,000, 60,000, you know? And these kids, they put on a uniform for these schools. They play football for these schools. They get awards for these schools. They win money. These schools, these universities make millions of dollars. They make so much money off these children. And all the child gets is room and board and free school. No money in the bank. So now that these kids who are very high profile find themselves in dumb situation because the way the NCAA is set up, they ain't got no money. They ain't got no money. Because they provide effort. They make millions of dollars. And they're not allowed to earn a penny. But then as soon as something goes wrong, the school won't even back you up. They're in a rush to take your name off their website, to burn your jersey, to like nobody talks to you. You see how these motherfuckers be? Jay's talking about the NFL. His bitch ass. Right? They're like, this whole industry, this whole NFL, NCAA, they take advantage of black players. They take advantage of these children. Where's your voice at? Oh, no. Oh, we're past kneeling. We're past kneeling. No, we're not past anything. Because now here we are. Here we are in this situation. Here we are in this situation where two black boys who gave almost 4 years, how many hours, how many days and weeks and months and years to that school with their body. And as soon as they get arrested, as soon as rape and kidnapping, woof, the school runs away. The coaches, they run away. Everybody runs away. They're on their own. Are you serious? But when these kids were winning for your ass, you're like, oh, we love them. We're proud of them. Let's go buy their jersey. You see how these white people be? That's why I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I don't trust white society at all. I do not. Because the moment they have no use for you, they forget about you. That's the same thing they did to Mike Tyson. That's the same thing they did to Mike Tyson. When they had no more use for Mike Tyson, oh, he was a rapist. Throw him in jail. But when Mike was winning out here and making them money, these gamblers, all these people were making money off of Mike Tyson. What? Mike lived in a castle. When they could no longer bamboozle him, abuse him, when he started to get a little bit smart with his money, oh, no, throw his ass in jail. Rape, throw his ass in jail. When you bother them, oh, throw them in jail. Rape. And it sticks because even black people believe the worst about black people. That's the thing. And last night, I was listening to something from Malcolm X. And I'm like, I don't even know how black people went from listening to smart people like Malcolm X to listening to people like Jay-Z. I don't know. Somebody needs to, like, how did this shift happen? Because I'm trying to understand the why, too. Have you ever heard Malcolm X speak English? You're like, damn. Seriously, have you ever heard Malcolm X speak English? You're like, Jesus. Have you ever heard him speak English? I mean, you're like, damn. I mean, yesterday I was in my bed just clapping. He said if white people made effective laws, there would be no more laws. There would be no more need for them to pass more laws. We have too many laws. How about you start writing laws that actually work? I said, damn. I say, damn. That man was too smart. I'm like, how do you go from listening to, especially I think any from Harlem or like Brooklyn, how do you go from Malcolm X from Harlem to the Jay-Z from the Brooklyn? I don't understand. How do you replace such smart people that led the community to these kinds of rappers who all they do is sing about drugs, hoes, and bitches? This is ridiculous. But because of money. Black people are so blinded by money, we just, he got money, let's follow him. But where is he leading us to? That's my question. Where are you? I follow you. Where are you leading me to? Nowhere. Nowhere. Where are you leading me to? Like I said, you're leading me to nowhere. No man's land. You listen to Malcolm X, you go towards education. You go towards like thinking about stuff and thinking about the system like, I don't know. And you realize like these men, they've been dead. They didn't have money in the bank. They were not rich by any means. They didn't have no money. Just like Peter. There's a man who came to Peter, right? Who was lame. He said he wants some money. Peter said, money and gold I don't have. But what I have, I give to you. Get up and walk. You know what I mean? What does that mean? What is Peter saying? Money, I don't have it. Gold, I don't have, even if I had it, if I give you money, I give you gold. You'll spend it and you'll go back right to being broke, right? But if I give you knowledge, I'll set you free. Does that make sense? Today, black people think that money is comparable to knowledge. No, knowledge brings money. But money without knowledge will be a day eventually of poverty. If you have a bunch of money and you're an idiot, eventually you'll lose the money because you're dumb. Right? But what knowledge does, knowledge gives you freedom. And who that is free chooses is higher. And then when you choose your higher, you choose your wage. Right? But money is not that's what I say, money is not a virtue. Money is not a virtue. And it's not even a measure of decency. There are a bunch of wicked ass people that have beaucoup money. But they're demons. They're demons. And if even you were asked to do the things that they did to make money, you wouldn't do it. So therefore, Dr. King, Malcolm X, they couldn't give you money. They have no money themselves. But what they could give you, though, was the knowledge, the power to think and to use your brain. Because once you know how to use your mind, who can stop you? Who can? But you over here, money, money, money. Bunch of people out here got money. They all do dumb shit. They all do dumb shit. Because at the core of it, you are dealing with people who are functioning illiterate. You know what I mean? And no matter how fancy they try to be, how bougie and whatever, ultimate piqué, whatever. Exactly. You're still functioning at a high school level. There is no way to acquire the same reasoning skill of a lawyer without reading as much as a lawyer. That's not possible. That's not possible. Knowledge is not through osmosis. You don't soak up knowledge. No. You got to learn that shit. You have to earn it. You have to read. We have people over here we have black people that we throw them up at the highest level, but these people didn't even finish high school. You think like Jay-Z could read like an essay on Thoreau and told you what he read? No. You think if you gave Jay-Z like a whole essay on like monetary policy, he would understand it? No. It's too abstract for him. Right? Because the mind, you got to train it. But you don't acquire knowledge through osmosis. You have to study. Right? So then you realize that the point in life is not to amass money just for the sake of amassing money. But the point of life is to be free. And knowledge gives freedom. Because when you know who you are, what you stand for, what you will and will not do, you're free. Money does not give you freedom. If anything, I feel like it binds you. But it's amazing to me how someone like Malcolm X, he didn't have no money. No money. This man been dead. And the stuff he says is still relevant today. That's a fucking gift. That's a gift. You'll come, you'll go. When's the last time somebody even streamed a Jay-Z song? When's the last time you streamed Big Pippin? When's the last time you streamed anything from Jay-Z? Easily forgotten. Easily. Do you even remember like any song on the Blueprint? I don't know. I don't remember. Whatever. When was the last time you actually listened to a Jay-Z song? You think like 20 years from now his stuff's gonna be relevant, or like 40 years from now? No. But you listen to Malcolm X, like he died like in the 60s, he passed away. Almost 50 years later, the thing he's saying in that is the same thing that we are living today to the T. Like you can't make this kind of stuff up. Right? So you see that what you must seek in life, like I said, that's why I said before, I said when it comes to money, you can't take it with you. The houses, cars, all this shit, you can't take it with you. When you were born empty-handed. So now, why is men stressing himself out every day of his life, worrying about money? You worry about things that you can't take with you. So then you got to ask yourself, then why am I here? If it's not for money, if it's not for a big house and big car, why am I here? You're here to gain knowledge, right? You're here to transcend whatever this human experience is and have power. That's what Jesus was able to walk on water, because he was at a certain level spiritually. You can even mess with him, right? You're not here to make money. You're here to acquire knowledge. You're here to be free. You're here to experience what is real freedom. What is true freedom? What is that? What is freedom for you? Because all you can take with you when you die are your memories. Who you were, what you did. The other stuff, material stuff, you can't even take that nowhere. Even when you go on vacation. You might have the biggest closet, the best closet. Even when you go on vacation, you can't take your whole closet with you. That makes no sense. You're just going to have to pick a few things and take them with you. Nobody takes the whole closet with them, right? When you go to the airport, I got to take my car. Well, you can't even take your car with you when you travel. You can't afford that. So you leave your car in the parking lot, or you leave your car at home, you get an Uber. So see how many times over your life you will have to surrender or walk away from the things that you love in order to get something done. So what does that tell you? This stuff right here ain't shit. But what's in here, though, that's really important, because that's in this that you find your purpose. Purpose is not money. Purpose is, what is your purpose? And a lot of people don't want to know what their purpose is. I have to make money. No. What is your purpose? What is your purpose? Does that make sense? And when people get so wrapped up in money, that's when they become afraid to speak, even when they know there's evil. Right? And you see me, if I was afraid of making money, I might lose money. People might unfollow me. But because I don't care about followers, because I don't make my money from Instagram. I don't make my money from YouTube. I don't care. So for me, it's like, why would I not speak? And even if, let's say I made no money at all, I will find a way to survive. Trust me. Exactly. And the sad thing about Kobe 2J, it's not even that like he had all this money. The sad thing is, it's not even like the money knew he was in distress. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? Wherever the money is right now, do you know that the money has no clue that he's dead? Isn't that sad? You worked so hard to amass this thing, and you are in the worst. You're in complete distress. Like, wouldn't it have been nice if money could have like wings on it and be like, oh my gosh, Kobe and Gigi are in distress. Let's go. And like all that 600 million could have like, kind of like made like a parachute for them to just jump off the helicopter. But like, now you're like, oh yeah, now that shit's worth it, right? That money did not move one bit. The money doesn't cry. The money doesn't care. If they move his money from like his wife's account, money's not gonna be like, okay, whatever. It doesn't care. Money has no emotion. Anybody can come, you pick it up, you move it here, whatever. They don't care. And that's what's so sad. It's like, wow. And we have a tendency of treating money like a person. We do so much for money. We invest so much for money. We fight for money. We kill for money. Like, we treat money like money is a human being. But it's not. And at your worst hour, your money can't do shit for you. This man was in a helicopter. I'm sure he would have loved to just be able to jump and have his money there, just catch him like, whoa. Especially his daughter and all the other daughters, right? Like, even if they had to die as a dog, because they kind of live a little bit. But my thing, like, if they could have pushed Gigi and her friend off the helicopter for them to just jump and have the money, like, be like a thick parachute to, like a mattress that could hold them with some wings on it. No, that money stayed right there in the bank. Don't even know that the man is dead. Can you imagine? Me, I like this whole Kobe thing, like, it really messed me up. It messed me up. And it was like, Marlene, you only live once, so you might as well say how you feel. Make sense? So when it comes to those two boys, I encourage you guys to read about it and read about it from different perspectives. But my thing is, even the way the TMZ thing wrote, the way it, I might even do a website for them. You'll see the way TMZ wrote the article on them. And if you look at Wikipedia, the way Wikipedia wrote the article on like Kobe and what happened between Kobe and the girl, it's like copy and paste. It is copy and paste. I'm like, because like for Amir, they said, he grabbed her by the neck and he put her on her knees and on her hands. For Kobe, he grabbed her by the neck, he put her on her knees. I'm like, So you need to tell me. So they all of them got issues of 21. 14 years later, these people were doing. Amir is doing the same thing that Kobe did to that girl. Like, do people really expect people to be this dumb? But you see, because nobody questions anything, nobody questions everything. Nobody questions anything. You say people is blue, they're like, okay, it's blue. Especially if you're popular, if you're famous, if you got subscribers, nobody questions you. Right? The only question you when you have if you have like a small follower count or a small subscriber count, then they question everything you say. But when you're like when you have a bunch of followers and a bunch of money, whatever you say, it must be the gospel. You see, but they know nobody questions anything. And when it comes to black people, you can write whatever you want and people will believe it. So why even try? I'm like, this is plagiarism. If you look at if you open like two different tabs on your computer and you pull up the TMZ article and you pull up the Wikipedia about Kobe Bryant and the case, baby, you read it, it's like copy and paste. It's like they took this little thing and TMZ was like, bloop. And that's why when you go on TMZ, there's a lot of ... Like, a lot of it is missing. Right? Because they want to have a certain narrative. And then when you also go on the TMZ, when you go down to the comments, it's like niggas this, niggas that. It's like a bunch of racist people. Like, and I'm like, this is what they wanted, right? Because they're trying to make this Kobe Bryant thing stick. Gail was trying to make this Kobe Bryant thing stick. It didn't stick. So now what they're going to do, they're going to go find some poor black boys with no money who can't defend themselves, right? And they're going to make them pay for what they could not get Kobe to get away. This is about making somebody else pay for somebody else's debt. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. This is, I'm like, it's copy and paste. It is absolutely copy and paste. And my thing is, I did not go to school to do all this mathematics and statistics, to not use what I learned in school. This is what we went to school for, to prove things or to disprove things. We went to school to think at a higher level. So we're going to do that shit. You know, because that's what it is. You got to prove stuff. When you are in the math department, you got to prove stuff. When you take real analysis, you have to prove stuff. Prove the square root of 2. Well, you prove the square root of 2. No, prove the square root of -2. That's the thing. You got to prove the square root. It's crazy. You're like, what the heck? You know, and you thought, oh, a negative number cannot have a square root. I mean, it's weird, right? But it's like, oh, but that's what we did. That's what real analysis was for. Right? Regression. Regression is you take the data, you try to make the data fit onto the line. If it don't fit, there's a problem. There's a problem with the data. So that's what I went to school for. You question data. You look at data. You flip it this way. You move it that way. You do a bunch of stuff with the job. That's what you do. That's what I went to school for. So it's like when it comes to like, oh, because it's like black kids, the rape. Oh yeah, they did that shit. No, I don't like that. Because I got 2 kids. I have 2 sons. You know what I'm saying? And my boys, they gonna have sex now. I'm not stupid. They might have sex with 1 girl, 2 girls, 3. I don't know. They're going to have sex now. That's true. Anybody that has a son, a brother, whatever, your people's going to have sex. Does that make sense? So it means anybody that's black, that's a man, that's engaging in sex can be called a rapist now. Because the kind of net they're trying to cast over people, it's very broad. It's very broad. Does that make sense? I can definitely understand if a woman says no, no means no. But I get confused, and I'm being very honest, and I'm going to say it. I get very confused when you agree with someone to have sex with him. You guys then walk. So this whole time you're walking, so you're fully aware. He's not forcing you. He's not binding you. You walk to his apartment, so he had to take the key. This whole time he opens the door. You walk in. He walks in. He locks the door behind you. You're cool with that, right? You are going in there knowing that both of y'all want to have sex with each other, right? Y'all get naked. Whatever y'all make it to the bedroom, you make it to the bedroom. You get naked. He gets naked. Maybe you undressed him. He undresses you. I don't know. Y'all start having sex because it says it. Consensual sex. Y'all start having sex. So that also, you're okay with that. So it's like, so was it like 1 stroke, then he was doing a 2nd stroke, then you change your mind? Was it like he did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you change your mind? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you change your mind? So it's like, okay, so let's say like at the 10th stroke, the girl now says, oh, now I don't want to have sex no more. Or like, no, I stop. So now if they're at the 10th stroke and your son does an 11th stroke, for the 11th stroke, not the 10th stroke, but for that 1 more stroke, he's a rapist? You know what I'm saying? Is it fair to do that? You know, because like now it's like you can give consent and take consent anytime. So like, let's also say, what if tomorrow also your husband becomes famous or your son becomes famous, right? Can anybody just come out the woodwork and say, well, you now, after thinking about it, after all these years, you've raped me? This is like, so it's like, this whole thing about consent now, it's becoming very scary. It's becoming very scary. Because now it feels like anybody can just say, you raped me. Because if you can give consent 1 minute and then like take it within 15 seconds, I'm confused. Even me, I'm confused. Because then I don't even know, how do you parent your sons in this kind of situation? Because it's like, okay, if the girl is drunk, baby James, don't do nothing to her because obviously she's not in her right mind. Does that make sense? If the girl doesn't seem drunk, but you guys get to your place and she says, oh, I don't think I should be here, I need to go home. Yes, let her go home. And you should make sure that you actually booked the Uber, so you have proof that you put on her Uber and she left your house. Does that make sense? If you're out here with a girl, you say, oh, would you like to go to my place? She says no. She meant no. Leave her alone. Makes sense? If you say, oh, you want to have sex? She says no. Even if she's in your place, let's say like you guys are having like your Netflix and chilling, or you're cooking, whatever, and then you're trying to like touch her, you want to kiss her. She's like, oh no, stop. She said stop. But once people take off their clothes, once people have penetration, now that I'm in here, he's in me, but now I say no. But if he does 1 more stroke, now his whole life now everything he does is like, for that one thing he's a rapist. Like, it's a lot for me. It is a lot for me, because then it's like, what do you say to your child then at that point? If he says, oh, mommy, I didn't drug her. Mommy, I asked her. She said she wanted to come. Mommy, she knew we were going to have sex, right? No, you have to be concerned, because that was because baby James is 9. He is like the September, he's going to be 10. Right? So he's like 8 years old. Like, he's about like 8 years from going to like, even from high school. Because young people, when they get cars, they be having sex. Now, let's be honest, right? Sometimes, I hope he doesn't have sex in high school, but sometimes that's what it is. They have sex in high school. They even have sex. Prom night is known for people having sex, right? But it's like, but in college too, young people have sex in college. Young people experiment in college. So now, if your son calls you, this is the whatever Orange Theory Correctional Facility, and you're receiving a call from inmate, Does that make sense? Exactly. So now you speak to your son, you're freaking out, you go see your son, or even like you don't want yourself to talk, so you post bail for your son, but then you get home, you say, my son, what happened? Did you drug this girl? No. Did you force her into your house? No. Did you ask her if she wanted to be there? Yes, mommy, she said she wanted to be there. So then, baby, how did this happen? Did she know you guys were going to have sex? Yes, mom, she knew. She told me she wanted to have sex. Okay. So then did she get naked? Yes, she undressed me, I undressed her. Okay, was she okay at that point? Yes. Was she sober? Yes. So then what happened? So then we started having sex, and then what happened? Then she said to stop. So what? So I took one more stroke. So it's like, you see, it's confusing. So like, it's confusing. Because for me, I can understand unequivocally no. But when you get naked and you have sex with someone, y'all in the middle of having sex, and you say, oh no, stop. And if the person does one more stroke, that makes him a rapist. I'm really confused. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really confused because I don't know how you parent like that. I don't know what advice to give. And that's the thing about this thing that scares me. Because how does this thing start? Oh, they were having consensual sex. She said no. Then it says, oh, then Jason just, I mean, the thing is too much for me. It is too much for me. And that's why I say, I want you ladies also, y'all some black mothers, you got black brothers, y'all some black women, like, go read that stuff. Tell me if I'm crazy. Because how do you parent? Because from the sound of it, he did everything. Like, so it's like now there's like this moment of like confusion. Was that 10 seconds? Was that 15 seconds? Was that a minute? Was that 2 minutes? Was it like 2 minutes too much? Like, so now I mean, it's just like, it's bewildering, right? And the fact is, which people don't want to say, but it could be the case with also, maybe they had a relationship. Maybe that's his girlfriend, off and on girlfriend, or maybe that's his friend with benefit. Maybe she was there yesterday. My thing is, for her to walk with this boy to his apartment, knowing that she was going to have sex with him, consenting to have sex with him, there had to be something about him that she liked. There had to be something about him that made her feel safe. You don't walk with people who are creeps and scary people to their apartment. Anything can happen to you once you're in that apartment. Anything can happen to you. Anything can happen to you. Right? But for you to be like, oh, I'm going to have enough confidence to go with him to his apartment. Maybe she'd been there before. We don't even know, because nobody wants to ask these questions. Because all we want, no, they're black, they're rapists, throw them away. No. Was she ever there before? Was that his off and on girlfriend? Was it like his boo thing? Was it like his friends with benefit? I don't know. But I'm saying, like, she had to feel some kind of good or safety about him to walk with him into his apartment knowing that she was going to have sex with him. So he's not a monster. Like, there's something about him that you like. And it could also be the case that they know each other and they know each other very well. Right? We don't know. It could be a one-time thing, but it could also be like they know each other. She could also be like, they could be friends. You don't know. We don't know. And that's why I say people need to ask questions like, what happened? What happened? Because that way, when we understand what happened and what went wrong or what they did wrong, what they could have avoided, then all of us here, we can now parent our children accordingly. But ladies, this is kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie to you. As a black mother to 2 black kids, it scares me. It scares me. Because a girl can say she wants to sleep with my son. He's like, okay, fine. I didn't drug her. I didn't whatever. She's here on her own accord. She's sober, whatever. So here goes my son with his erection, right? Having sex with this girl. Oh, no, stop. She was, oh, no, he's a rapist. Huh? Girl, are you serious right now? So you give consent, you take consent, and then so like you pretty much put people's lives in limbo like this. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Imagine somebody said, oh yeah, like Yanni or Jay. I said, oh, Jay said, oh, Marlene, can I borrow your car real quick? I said, yeah, girl, borrow my car. Right? I know full well it's my car, it's my insurance. I said, okay, Jay, borrow my car. Then I said, oh, you know what? Let me call the police. Officer, I can't find my car. I don't know where my car is. Somebody stole my car. You're like, what the fuck? So now here you are, Jay, you going to Whole Foods. All of a sudden, police pulling up on your ass. You're like, what the fuck? Ma'am, I need you to move away from the vehicle, ma'am. Ma'am, move away from the vehicle. You're like, huh? What? What's happening? Is this your car? You're like, no, it's not my car. I just took it to Whole Foods. It's Marlene's car. Did she give you permission to drive her car? You're like, yes, she did. Well, we have a report here, ma'am, that says that she did not give you permission to drive her car. So I'm going to need you to step away from the car. Okay? We're going to need you to step away from the car. I mean, you're like, what the fuck? Marlene, you said I could drive your car. I'm like, yo, I changed my mind. It's my car. It's my consent. I take it away. But you see how dangerous that is? Because now Jay, she's getting in my car thinking like, well, Marlene gave me permission to drive the car. So I'm going to go to Whole Foods real quick so she knows I'm coming back with her car. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. You stole my car, bitch. Then I'm like, oh, ma'am, do you want to press charges? Yes, I do. I didn't give her permission to take my car. Actually, officer, I feel like she's jealous of me because all this time, ever since I bought my new car, she's been asking, Marlene, can I borrow your car? Can I borrow your car? And then I turn around, I can't find my car keys. Can't find my car keys. I was scared. Like, did she take my car? Oh my gosh. How would you do that, Jay? How dare you, Jay? I trusted you. You were my friend, and you just took my car keys? Wow, you could have simply asked. Now you're looking at me like, Marlene, what the fuck are you doing? Is this a sick joke? Are you crazy? What you mean, are you crazy, bitch? You took my car, ho. Do you see how dangerous it is to be like, one moment you give consent, then you take away consent. Once you give consent to use, then you say, no, I take my consent back. So now you're a rapist, now you're a thief, now you're like, I mean, like it's crazy. It's crazy. And can nobody deny that? Yeah, it's a little cuckoo. It's crazy. Because I could see you the next day with another girl. I'm like, this motherfucker. Oh, really? So you slept with me yesterday, now you with her? Bitch, rape. Yeah, rape, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could do that. Because if you, even me, like, let's say, God forbid, I divorce James, right? Me and James get separated. Okay? Then, like, he remarries with a girl. He buys her, like, a Rolls Royce, and they have a nice house. And then let's say, like, he becomes, like, governor of Louisiana. Bitch. Oh, no, he raped me. Hell yeah. If you want to be evil, because you're a woman. That's what the girl from, yeah, that's what the girl said with Johnny Depp. She said, I can punch you, beat you, and they're going to believe me. I said, yeah, she ain't lying, because she knows. This Me Too movement is out of control. She ain't lying. She knows. Just like when Donald Trump said, I can go down to Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody dead. Shit gonna happen to me. I said, he ain't lying. And he didn't, and trying to impeach him. They did not say, no, he didn't do that shit. He knows who he is. He's a rich white man in America. You're going to do shit to me. I can go shoot somebody and get away with it. Right? So this is what I'm trying to say. So now this whole thing of like, you can give consent and take consent back. And then, because so when you give consent, there's no crime. As soon as you take consent, the person's a criminal. So imagine, like, I separate with James. We divorce. I'm mad. I'm bitter. I see him with another broad. Maybe she's a size 6, long hair. She light skin like him with some blue eyes. Bitch, what? He buys her a big house. He buys her a Rolls Royce. And then I see James like, oh, he's running for governor. And I'm sitting here like, bitch, really? Fine. He raped me. Because now this is what this is saying, right? You can reassess what happened. I'm like, you know what? After much thought, I think James raped me. There was one night I remember I didn't want to have sex with him. And all of a sudden he was poking me with the wee-wee in my booty. Oh, yeah, I think he raped me. I'm going to go get my lawyer. Yes, sir. And you know, you always going to have some lawyer who will take your case. There's always a lawyer that'll take your case, girl. These ambulance chases out here be real. I'm like, yeah, this man who's running for governor, he raped me. And it's my body. Just because I'm married to you, you don't get to do whatever you want to my body. So if any time, yeah, oh yeah, she ruined his life, right? So it's like, anytime, even me, I could do it to my husband. And that's what people don't understand. Because if I came and said, oh, you guys, James raped me, you're going to believe me. Like, oh, it's Marlene. Why would Marlene lie? But maybe in my heart, maybe I want to get even with James. Let's say tomorrow we have like a custody thing or custody issue. I'd be like, yeah, James raped me. He would rape me. I'll be in the bed at night and he would just come. And I was like, but I enjoy it. But once you get to give consent and take consent, when you get to reassess whether you really wanted to or not, it's dangerous. Because now you're playing with somebody's life. You're putting somebody's life in limbo. Because now you want to rethink, reassess, reconsider. Like, yo, then you should have, like, if you're that kind of person that you change your mind like that, don't even start with people, because don't confuse people. Don't confuse people. And that's why I'm saying, like, even for me, I feel like I'm even going to start preaching abstinence to my children. I'm going to start preaching abstinence to my kid. Like, wait until you're married. Wait until, like, your honeymoon to even have sex. Because I don't want anybody to come over here and say, oh, you did something to her. I'm really gonna try to practice abstinence to my sons, because it's very scary, you guys. It's very scary. Two people can go together, have sex. Somebody can like, oh, stop. And if you do one more stroke, you're a rapist. It's like, oh my gosh, like, really? That is crazy. That's crazy. That is absolutely wild. Hold on, it's gonna get cut. I'll be right back in 1 second.